Hi folks, this is the first of a few videos, hopefully many, that I'm going to put out there to share with you my life, what it's been like here in Bathurst, and setting up my permaculture homestead. It's been a wonderful joy, been a fantastic experience. It's also full of, I wouldn't say pitfalls, maybe challenges is the word, and to know that we do the best we can as homesteaders, all of us. Sometimes we start out with a little bit of a slightly ridiculous, and I say the word ridiculous in the best ways possible, but a slightly exaggerated or difficult to reach goal. And I think we must remember that we do the best we can under the circumstances wherever we live, because our conditions are all different. Some people grow X, Y, and Z very well. Other people grow A, B, and C. And it depends what we need and how we go about it. It's not the same. But I'll share with you what I've learned over the last, say, 9 years since I've been here. Well, it started like this. It was pure bush. There was absolutely nothing cultivated on this little property where I live. This is a half acre. So I'll show you what one can do on half an acre. And I've left quite a lot of bush. Maybe 30% of the property still has some indigenous bush, and I think that's really important. And excuse my finger getting in the way. I guess I'll get better at filming as we go along. But just to give you an idea, well, I'm looking at this behind me, and this is a peach tree which I decided to cover, because if I don't do that, then it means I have to spray it, and if I'm spraying it, then I'm going to be eating the poison, of course, which I don't want to eat, and I also don't want to poison the insects, as we have bees on the property. And so yeah, trying to keep it a healthy ecosystem. So I cover the tree instead to try and get as much of our fruit as possible, so that the stinging insects, of course, leave it alone. And the tree looks really sort of a bit squashed in there, but it's fine. It keeps the tree small, and I take it off, or I undo some of the shade cloth, so that from one season to the next, the pollinators can get in there, do their job, and then I drop down a section of it. And oh, what was that? That was a bee coming past me at one hell of a speed. We actually harvested a bit of honey yesterday. I'm still a bit nervous being around this section of the garden. I hope they don't remember me, not at least not in a negative way. And here we go. So what have I done here? Well, I've got let's take a walk around. Let's see. So here in front of me is a mango tree, and we do get mangoes. It's still quite small. I'm pretty much holding this thing at head height at the moment, so that gives you an idea of the size of the tree. And we're getting some fruit, and well, you can see a few things are interspersed here. I've got some brassicas growing around here. So I've tried to follow some sort of a permaculture model. We have a nectarine tree in full blossom, so we're expecting to get some fruit out of that as well. I've got a naartjie tree, still very short, it only goes up to about not even my chest at the moment. We're getting a lot of naartjies, a lot of blossoms on, as you can see, and some fruit. So what's going on down here? Well, this is where it all matters in permaculture. You've got to build up your soil. And this place was first bush, then I turned it into grass, and then I realized, well, I'm not going to be able to eat the grass, and you can see the grass is growing in the pathways, and there is some growing in between here and there, and as far as sort of weeds are concerned. And the whole thing is to, well, we pick it, we give it to our chickens, or we throw it back on as a sort of a chopper from the macadamia tree and the almond tree through to the mango, the nectarine. There's an avo there that's been nursed, because they're very finicky trees. We can get into that at some point. Of course, I've got my banana plants here. Remember, bananas actually aren't trees. I believe it's a herb, if I'm not mistaken, and we end up eating its seeds or something like that. One can't remember everything all the time, but I believe that's the case. And this is a custard apple tree. So I've got an assortment of things, and this tree over here is a pomegranate, which we don't really get much in this area because it doesn't get cold enough. I had to remove some pomegranates. But okay, so that's it, and what is this space? It looks like it's about 20 meters, not even, maybe 15 meters across in one direction, and maybe it looks like about 7 or 8 meters in another direction, and that's it. And then there's another one cooking like that over there on the other side near the chickens. We'll have a look at that. But the whole thing with permaculture is all about the soil. You need to start learning how to understand what are the components of making good soil, and then you follow the various instructions out there on the internet. But the one thing I will say is that we shouldn't expect too much of ourselves as permaculturalists or vegetable growers or whatever you want to call yourself, gardeners, because it is gardening at the end of the day. All of us do little bits and pieces of what we can, and it depends what's available in our immediate areas. But the thing to do is to keep on going, don't give up, and try to do a little bit every day. And you don't need a big space to do it, and that's it. Enjoy gardening, enjoy growing veggies. That's it for today. Bye.